Alrighty, we are live.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, world. Let's call the meeting to order. We got I think we have the whole board except for Brian.
Yeah, the whole board's here except Brian. That's the first
Another
clear.
roll.
That's
Mhm.
been a while happened in the making.
Cameron, do you wanna just click OK on the get rid of the notification?
Took me a second to register. I wasn't facing mouse, so it wasn't moving the way I thought it would.
Y'all are still a little quiet. I know Castle put it on the microphone up there. Is it can you double check the setting it's on, or maybe the gain, turn the gain up maybe?
I thought it was me.
Yeah, I really
No,
can't
it's y'all
hear
are still
them at
quiet.
all.
Oh, sorry, what was that, Talon?
No, other way.
I really can't hear them at all. So.
Yeah,
Testing, testing.
that's better. What's the setting for, is it set for 360?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not? Oh. Why not?
Oh, yeah, it is on 360.
Okay.
Testing, testing.
Solonox, you
Better.
talk. Solonox, you talk.
Can you hear me now?
I think it's better. Yeah, I think it's better.
All the way up.
And we're sure it's set to that one, the Yeti device for the input.
Well, has it gotten better?
It seems to have, but I wasn't sure if it was because y'all were projecting a little bit more or not. It's the only thing.
Because we cranked the game, so.
Microphone 5, USB.
Oh, but yeah, you sound much closer.
Okay, yeah,
So it's on the computer.
USB microphone.
Just a second. I gotta unplug that microphone and plug,
Yep.
plug it.
Just select on the screen the other microphone.
If you're gonna switch, you're gonna have to turn the gain down on that because it's gonna get real loud.
Go ahead and switch it.
Take your headphones off.
I'm preparing.
Are we louder now?
No.
I don't
No.
think I clicked on another microphone.
No.
It should be labeled as Yeti since it's USB.
It's not labeled as Yeti. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, so unplug it and plug it back in.
But I plugged in I thought the one was supposed to go to both the.
Oop. Yep, it turned off y'all's camera because switched it up.
We haven't plugged yet.
Off glass.
That sounds different. That sounds different. Can you
Give me a second.
Yep.
I know.
How does it sound now?
Better?
that is better. Castle, you talk for a second.
Can you hear me now?
You sound like you're still right up against the
I'm right up
microphone.
at the computer is why. Just a second.
Yeah.
Let me go into the settings and fix this.
That was quite an oral assault.
But I turned mine down.
We need the little technical difficulty screen to pop up. Please excuse my technical difficulty.
You can have our Weavers logo right in the middle.
Right.
No, it's not. I'm picking up because I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
Still not on the overhead.
So,
Yep.
what about that top one you haven't clicked on?
Try. I just on the microphone itself, see if you can unplug that other cable. Just maybe that's what it's doing. It shouldn't be a thing, but what?
Computer audio.
All
Let's.
right. But can I hear them? Did you move the speakers?
Can you hear us? Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Uno,
Okay.
dos, uno, dos.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
What's the real tech?
How does it sound now?
Same. It sounds the same.
Realtek is this.
Is anybody even watching online? Cause that's kind of sad.
I can check
No,
YouTube.
not on YouTube. No.
Can you hear me? You can hear me great because I'm sitting in front of the computer. I know.
Yeah, the Solenox we're having trouble hearing for sure. So have you tried? Could you try unplugging the cable, the mic cable, the secondary cable off the microphone? Just see if what it does. Not that on the microphone itself.
Talking about it, like the new cable.
Yeah, just to see if that makes. Maybe that's what it's doing. Maybe it's trying to pick up something that's not there.
Unplug the new cable from the microphone.
I can hear you. I can hear you. 1, 2, 3.
And then see, yeah, see what it does.
Okay, so what does it sound like?
Yes, that's Castle. You talk for a second.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Solenox, you talk.
Talking over here.
Testing.
What do y'all think? Sounds different.
I can hear Solenox. I
Okay.
think the reason why Castle is louder is because Castle is louder.
There, I think we got it.
Okay.
Let's go
Alright.
from it.
Alrighty. So I did not see anything on the Facebook event. So we've got our usual things, starting with the ratifying of the October minutes.
Anybody have any discussion on October minutes, questions, concerns?
Nope.
Motion to approve,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
I
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Or
Motion
abstaining.
carries.
Alrighty. Next we've got financial report.
Yay, financial report. We had income of the month of $1,888.02. That means our advertising budget of 5% is $94.40 for the month. 10% for the tithe would be $188.80 divided in half. Mother Church gets $94.40 less the $29 for Linode. I paid them $65.40 this afternoon. Choice Charity round up to $95 for the month, and that has also been paid this afternoon. So all tithes are paid for the month. We are currently current on tithes right now. Currently in the checkbook, we have right icon here. Currently in the checkbook, we have 1620.34. Savings account has 1971.02. I need to transfer 120 for the last two raffles. I'm going to do that here in a moment. I'm going to make sure I got the right numbers. I can swear to transfer that money over to the savings account. I also need to pay the $500 today for this month's payment. I'm going to write that check out here momentarily and get it in the mail tomorrow to pay for this month's payment on the trailer. So we're gonna have about $1,100 in the checking account and $1,900 in the savings account. That's where we're sitting, guys.
Ready? What's next?
Okay, safety report.
Okay, so Solon didn't seem to have any issues. No issues were reported to me. If anybody else heard, saw, or had anything reported to them, it wasn't passed on to me. One of our last Coven meetings, we discussed taking to discuss / tabletop civil unrest and our continuity of operation plans. The next Coven meeting is, we won't be covering it. Probably the meeting after that, we will choose something at that point and report it in the next meeting.
Right. Yep, sounds good. Anybody have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty. Welcome Summerfest.
Would like to report on that.
Megan, do you have anything to report?
I mean, I can if I get my stuff out, but I'm trying to finish up my notes so I can attend and get all that together.
Okay, we'll walk on that.
Or off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head, we have a meeting tomorrow to touch base on we met a month ago. We each got assigned different tasks and we'll be following up with each other tomorrow. We never did solidify a time, and obviously we can take care of that off board time, but we've discussed kind of our 5-10 year plan and some of the goals that we are aiming towards so that we can start to decide things and add things that are in support of those long-term goals. What was I going to say? One of our big things right now is rounding up our vendors. So we've got a bunch of vendors from places that we've gone, independently, that we are trying to compile in a list so then we can start doing kind of mass touch bases and, put out the feelers, hey, is this something that you're interested in? I don't remember how many previous vendors we have signed up day of. Our prices are changing, so the day of price is the cheapest price. No one now can get that. That locked you in with the same price as last year's, and basically 6 months out, I think it was 3 months out and a month out, the prices are going to increase $5 each of those times if you do decide that you want to be a vendor. We also discussed in those vendor acceptance information of saying, hey, give us a picture of your, products and your symbol. That's not what they're called, but I can't remember the logo. And your logo for us to put together kind of a rotating advertisement media to spotlight those vendors as things come up. We also were discussing some different marketing and fundraising, though I don't have those specific details off the top of my head.
Thank you. You're moving.
All right, so sounds like things are coming along. And does anybody have any questions or concerns? Do we need to come back to Welcome Summer later, or can we go ahead and let that one go?
I feel like this far out that I'll cover it.
Yeah, I think that should be good.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Green Man Day.
Green Man Day, we are decorating the tree from, oh, good for him. I'm sorry, I didn't have the chat pulled up. We're doing the tree.
Yeah.
Out at, Corner Park.
I just need to get a head count so they know how many people are
What-
coming.
What times?
Noon to 5, it'll be our regular Green Man times.
Because I want to participate that. I also want to go out to the property and cut more path. So I'm trying to figure out how to sort my time.
Give Sunday, so.
I am also excited about going to the property.
What was
Yeah.
that, Solomix? I didn't hear what you said.
It's probably not gonna take the full 5 hours to do the
Okay.
tree, especially if we get a good group of people out there.
Mm-hmm.
Things that we're going to need to do that. We already need to take a step ladder with us because the tree is taller this year. So we can reach the top of it. We are also to make sure we need to bring zip ties and ornaments.
I know a great place you can get a lot of zip ties,
What's that?
and they're multicolored. Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight.
Yeah, little tube of like a bunch of like neon colored, zip
Grab some
ties.
zip ties. As far as decoration, we don't really have any at the moment.
Right, that's another reason why we're bringing this. I wanted to bring this up tonight anyways, and I forgot to put it in the chat or in the that. I'm sorry. They don't want us to have anything with food or seed because they're drug critters because of where it's at. And nothing can be glass. It has to be plastic or fabric. They do not, with fabric, we want to be careful with it because we want it to be able to hold up throughout the season because these are out in elements and they're set up from now until after the first of the year. So, do we want to go to like the Dollar Tree and get the nice big tubes of different colored bulbs?
They have lots of them and lots of colors and patterns.
Or
What we want to do with this is we want to make it as Wiccan and witchy as possible.
absolutely.
This is not a family Christmas tree. This isn't even a church tree or the store tree. This is a symbol of our entire religion
So more traditional.
on a
type
public
ornaments.
display. So I want, and we've left it to the last minute, I guess, because we're down to the last week. So we've got this Thursday Crafty Vibes and then whatever time we want to put in outside of it. So what can we put together really easily? But I want to look at witchy traditional tree decorating as
So
much
you'll-
as possible. If we have to do plastic for stuff, great, get some plastic mistletoe. We could get some polyester ribbons.
Yeah, I can.
But
Those we
yeah,
can get at Dollar Tree.
Megan's got her hand up.
Yes, Megan.
So is this something that at the end of the year, or not the year, but at the end of the tree season, we go and we get the stuff? Or is this all stuff that's going to get thrown away and that we won't have available to us next year?
9 times out of 10, it will be thrown away. Unless because it's been out in the elements all through the season, most of it gets destroyed.
But if we could take the opportunity to use biodegradable materials as a demonstration.
Right, we could.
As this is intentional, but
Do we have the
something that's
time
gonna
to
still,
source that?
that's what this is what we've got, 1 week to put it together. But I'm not saying that we have to be super complicated with it. I'm just saying that generic ornaments is probably not the route we should be taking for this tree, if at
Absolutely.
all possible.
Absolutely.
Even if it's going and getting cheap globes and painting our patterns on them, although I would rather if somebody had a Cricut, we could get some stuff cut out. Maybe we could pull Sally in and to come up with something easy and still very evocative. Foxfire.
I'm gonna check my Yule bin at home, but because I may or may not have the clear plastic balls, and I've made witch ball ornaments for my tree in the past. What do y'all think about making some witches balls and hanging them?
And
Well,
that's something we could do in Crafty, but well,
Mhm.
we could leave for people to do in Crafty Labs on Thursday, because most of us are not gonna be there.
hold on.
But I'm gonna take a look in my bin and see if I have anything that can go towards that.
I think Castle just remembered some clear balls that we already have up here too, that we could use for that. Tamara, could you bring up the chat?
Ashton today says, I do have a Cricut, but haven't figured the best way to use it yet.
Huh?
Here's your start.
Yee, there we go.
I think I have more of these at home.
And we
Sweet,
could,
and those are big ones
we could-
too.
couldn't we fill those with like cinnamon and nutmeg, since it's gonna be capped.
Yeah.
So we can put our edible
Cinnamon,
stuff
nutmeg.
in the globes.
I'm gonna share something in the board messenger chat.
But to do that, we have to seal them,
Yes,
because otherwise
Well-
the liquid and such will make its way through the cap and some will make its way out.
right, right. So we'll
As a
seal it.
note.
But that's one way that we could put something very demonstrative of us on the tree under those rules. Can you scroll that so I can see? Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
there it is.
Yeah, Cricket,
Oh,
but
so-
how would be the best way to use it, so maybe one of us could look it up. What other ideas do we have, Foxfire?
I was gonna say it's regarding these witches balls, definitely the sealing it bit. I used hot glue in the past and then covered it with wax. Just, as the added element, but yeah, gluing them shut once we decorate them inside is definitely a good idea.
Home, they're smaller, they're plastic. I can bring those up
And we can do
too.
those two.
I'll just
And we
donate my.
can fill it with kinds of different things. We could. But we could print out little paper pentacles and stuff to where it looks really, really nice, and we're not relying on artistic talent. But it's protected. How cheap is that? Print out paper graphics and our logos and our holy symbols. Put it in the plastic globes. Add a little, we could knock that out really fast.
I
So-
just- if you have the smaller plastic ones at
I
home.
will share a link to a medical tree topper.
Aw,
I like that.
I mean, that's bold. It's right there. This is it, right?
I'll see if I can show you guys. I don't know.
Up top is your camera, sister.
Uh,
This here?
Yeah.
a pentacle tree topper would be cool, but how much is it?
$18. Like 18 some change, I think.
I have a star at home that is made out of wood.
Okay.
In my Christmas decoration, my Yule decorations that we don't put up anymore. It was something I bought a while ago. I'm willing to donate that. If we go find a nice branch out of the property or something, we can put the circle around it so it is an actual pentacle and put it on the tree.
Hey, there you go.
And then we're not buying a bunch of stuff, guys.
Alright.
We're
That's fine.
repurposing what we've got. If I don't have the smaller ones of those at home, I know where I got those. I got them at Joann's or Michael's. I can go get some of the smaller ones and they're cheap enough. And then we've got more of these and we can use this. This is something that would work really well for what we're trying to do.
Megan's got her hand up.
Foxfire says have people present positive present intentions, a little bit of paper and stuff them in. I love that.
What you got, Megan?
Two things. One, how expensive is using a roll of our laminator? Because if we have flat stuff and we're running out of room in the balls, we could possibly laminate some paper imagery and like hole punch and ribbon.
Way to do pentacles, for example, would be to have them on a stiff material such as laminate that's clear and have the pentacle design on it, and then we can roll it, slide it into the ornament, and it'll open up flat, and then you have that pentacle into the round ornament.
Perfect. The laminators, cheap.
Megan, you that was number one. You had a second one, right?
Yeah, and I don't know if Castle had said this, but if we're concerned, we have sticks, and I'm sure we've got twine or other knottable material that we could make a pentacle with our own sticks from our property to put on top of it as well.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
that's always a possibility, guys. We've got all that stuff we've been cutting down. Let's use it. Let's repurpose it.
I think Ryan has his hand up.
Oh,
Um,
my.
If the laminator is cheap, why don't we do the witch's rune and the charge of the goddess written out onto paper and laminated and turned into a ribbon that just wraps around the tree?
I love that idea.
And we could also do the charge of the god as well.
Yeah,
That way.
and there's garland.
And there's our garland
So-
for the.
Yep.
I'm thinking. I want to. I guess I'm thinking some of us need to show up with Thursday night, right? Start making some of this stuff. One thing to keep in mind before before Thursday, if we're gonna do, print some stuff and put on stuff, we're out of paper. The church needs paper.
Okay, I can go buy some paper
Well, I
tomorrow.
have tons of paper,
Okay.
reams of it. If we're talking like computer paper,
Yes. Yes. Standard 8.5 by 11.
I just don't know. I don't have access to the store, so I would just have to give it to one of you guys to bring in, unless you want to wait until Thursday.
Are you gonna be here Wednesday?
No.
Okay.
If you're planning on coming on Thursday, well, I mean, it'd be better if we could print it up ahead of time. But if we have
Right.
to wait till you get there Thursday, we could. But we could also grab a ream for now, and then you could
Yeah, that's true.
bring it up.
Grab a ring tomorrow.
Honestly, that could be bows as well. Like just our little holy phrases and stuff, turn it into decorations. They do that on Christmas trees all the time with Bible phrases and stuff.
Batteries wouldn't last long enough.
Oh, I don't mean like for them to be lit all the time, just the candles and stuff. But that's something that's often denoted to
Oh.
a traditional Yule tree is candles.
I wonder, can you still get those, light strings that have the candle bubblers?
And sometimes.
Are we allowed to
again,
have lights that we plug in? No, but we could still put a bubbler string on there and just not plug it in, and then we'd have candles.
Yes, but it'd be better to just get this flip on candles. 'Cause
Yeah.
the vintage bubblers.
Or we could make
they're-
make
tend to be more
laminated candles and hang it.
expensive,
All right,
and-
this can all go out of board meeting at this point. Ashton,
If Ella's coming on Thursday, I can bring my Cricut and my computer and have the Tech Witch back up.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We can
Okay.
see if we can figure out the cricket.
Bonox did point out y'all got a ritual Thursday.
Oh,
all right, so everybody's got really, really good ideas, and I like all the good ideas, so please, run, make your ideas happen, and bring them up here. So that, I think, though, that we need to meet out at the zoo on Sunday, and Castle should be a point person, because I may not be able to come.
And I need to know how many people are coming so that I can let them know how many people are showing up, because we get free admission to the zoo. We do not have to pay to go into the zoo that day. That is a free thing for us because we are doing them a service.
So we should tell folks on Wednesday that they need to check in with you if they want to come and help us out on Sunday.
Yep,
When's your deadline to tell them?
I need to tell them by Friday
By Friday. Okay.
because they don't work on the weekends in that office.
Okay.
So I need paper.
All right. What
Foxfire is asking what if we use solar powered lights for the tree? Is that a possibility?
If we're not gonna get it back,
Yeah, we're not gonna get it back, guys. That's the
So they
thing.
don't
Yeah.
give you.
We probably don't want to spend the money.
I can double check with it. I will double check and call Aaron tomorrow and find out.
Especially if we want to potentially do that more regularly, or if we ever want to do an outside tree at our location, it'd be nice to be able to pick that stuff back up if we use it.
yeah, if it survives and if we can go get it, definitely check on it. Any other questions? Alrighty. So Green Man, that's pretty much Green Man, other than path clearing when we're done with that, or to go out instead on the property, so. What's next on the agenda?
That's all I have. So what else anybody else have anything to add to it?
Thanksgiving.
Oh, yep, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we need to source our turkeys.
Jackson gives me $25 gift card most years. That can be put towards it.
Yeah,
I'll
we
buy
did
my
it
own
too,
turkey.
the Butterball checks. So we could put $50 of that towards turkey.
I'm not gonna use it on my own turkey, so you guys are welcome to put it towards.
When do you guys get that?
Oh, I don't remember off the top of my head. It should be fairly soon that they'd be offering it in the next probably week or two.
Yeah, shit should show up
Because
in
it's
the mail
coming up.
shortly.
Okay,
How many turkeys do we want? And who's
How many
cooking?
did we do last year? I think we did 2.
we ended up with 4
Way
last
too
year,
many.
and that was way too many.
Jesus.
I think 2 is plenty.
Plenty.
I can do one again if you guys want me to, or someone else can take it on. I'm not gonna argue. I'll do one if you want me to.
Anybody else that can cook turkey?
I have 0 experience cooking turkey, so I'm like, eh.
First time.
Always the first time.
A pocket cherry sometime.
I'm gonna pass on this one. I'll between now and next year, I will cook myself something and I'll cook a turkey to learn how to do it properly, and then I'll make sure that
Cook a chicken in the oven, correct?
yes.
A whole chicken in the oven? The turkey
Yes.
is the same thing, just bigger.
Okay, Castle's got a turkey, I've got a turkey, big turkey. So I'm gonna aim for the 20-pounder. And, yeah, everybody else, let's start getting the signups filled up. So we know what we're bringing. We need to authorize anything.
I don't think we need to authorize anything because we've agreed that the church is gonna pay for the church is paying for church, providing the turkey, right?
Sure, yeah, church is providing the turkey.
So we're gonna use that
So-
$25, those $25
Yeah.
coupons, and then whatever's left, the church will pay for.
Yeah,
Okay,
so, yeah, and we already got tablecloth, right?
yeah, they're right over there in their package,
Yeah, yay.
and they are the right ones. I pulled it up,
Okay.
looked at it, so.
Yeah, we got tablecloths, all
Um,
right,
silverware. I noticed,
Oh, we need
I know-
spoons.
yeah, we don't have a lot of spoons in our silverware supply.
you wanna run by, or does somebody at Costco or GFS or somewhere and just get a package of spoons?
Oh, I can get them at Walmart for cheap. I can
Mhm.
get real metal spoons for,
Goodwill usually has
Well,
them
that's
cheap,
why
too.
I didn't know if Costco or GFS, I know Sam's used to have plain restaurant. cheap
oh,
spoons.
GFS will.
Yeah, that's why I was suggesting, but that would be cheaper than Walmart, I would think.
Yeah, I can hit GFS and get some metal spoons,
Yeah.
so we have some more spoons. All right,
Everybody else good with that?
Mhm.
Is there anything else that we need?
I don't think so. When I get, dishes are in the process, I've got them over half done, I'm gonna finish them up. I'll get them up here and we'll get an inventory and see what we've got for plate count and
Okay.
stuff, and then we'll go from there.
Sounds like a plan.
I just know we need spoons, cause spoons are low.
I think that's ironic.
Don't
Isn't it though?
you think, do we have any plain envelopes, or do we have just the expensive envelopes for the store,
Wait for mailing letters?
to mail this check?
Oh,
Do you have any plain envelopes, or should I just pick up a
there
box?
might be some in the back, I have to check in the store.
Alright. Alright, thank you.
As far as other upcoming things, convocation, I just need to, I think, send them the money for the sponsorship. We've got the suite and we've got, banner display and online ads, about 150, I think is the total.
Okay, did you say there was a suite? I thought there
No.
wasn't a suite.
Suite room, whatever.
The
Okay,
Serenity-
Serenity Room. Okay.
Let me double check that. Okay.
I think it's
That-
a little bit more than that. If that was last year, it was 150. It's a little bit more this year. But we're lined up with that. I don't have any other information, so
Did we ever find out why they got rid of the suites this year? Is it the same hotel?
said there was not, it's the same hotel and they said there wasn't room.
Huh.
I have no information.
Hmm,
I
That's
have received
crazy.
no information on classes or
No.
anything else.
This close?
Oh,
Just that he's is vending. That's it.
I got an email back from our insurance agent. Sincerest apologies on the tardiness of getting this information back to you in a timely manner. The carrier can add the trailer and contents of the policy for a premium of $250, which is the minimum premium. Contests would be limited to $5,000. The trailer would be limited to $4,500. Is that something we want to do, guys? It's $250 and we have insurance for the year. on
For the
that
year,
trailer.
okay.
$12 a month,
Yeah,
something like that.
Seems reasonable to me.
Sounds absolutely reasonable to me.
Mhm.
$5,000 worth.
Same.
And you said that was how much in coverage?
that would be contents would be 5,000 and the trailer would be 4,500.
Okay, so trailer coverage, content coverage, okay. Yeah, I think that sounds good to me, or do you want to make that a
The carrier will need an additional exclusion form that would exclude theft from an unattended vehicle.
so
So it would not cover if anything got stolen out of it.
it would, or it wouldn't cover if somebody just hooked up and just took it. That's what it sounds like.
Would be as if we had it unhooked from our vehicle and sitting out here in the parking lot and didn't have safety locks on it to make it where people couldn't take it. That's what unattended vehicle is, and I've got.
Okay.
Okay, but if somebody does actually break into it, that's covered.
Yeah.
Okay, just seems like I'm thinking of.
So is there a safety lock on it right now?
No, there's not. It's at Megan's house.
Okay.
Um,
To be fair, I don't think there's anything in it to steal, is there?
yes, there
Yeah,
is.
We got stuff in, we put stuff in. it
We
last
put
time.
stuff in
Got
it.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
what
I didn't
thing
know you
in
put
there.
stuff in it yet.
The theft of an unattended vehicle exclusion. This endorsement modifies insurance provided under the following commercial inland marine. The following exclusions added to the policy. So you guys know what it is. We will not pay for loss or damage caused by resulting from the theft of an unattended vehicle unless at the time of the theft of the vehicle's windows, doors, or any interior or exterior compartments or attached to a vehicle were closed and locked. The theft is from a closed and locked part of the vehicle, and there are no visible signs of the theft as a result of a forced entry.
Wait, say again, there are no
Yeah.
signs of forced entry?
There are visible signs that the theft was resulted from of forced entry.
There are visible signs.
Yeah.
So
so-
basically, if we leave it unlocked, they're not going to cover it. But if there's
Yeah,
visible
we
signs,
don't-
we're good.
We don't take standard procedures to lock and secure our
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
All right,
So I will print these off so that we have them.
so motion to have Castle go back with yes, put forward on the new insurance writer for the trailer.
Second.
All in favor?
I
I
Aye.
Hi.
Opposed?
I have a question.
Yes.
Is this year starting January? Are we prorated for the month of November, December?
The policy starts when we start, a year from the date we start the policy is activated.
I actually, this is probably gonna be a writer onto our regular policy, which.
Yeah, I
runs
thought it was a rider.
What, it runs what?
June to June.
June to June. I can double check with them on that.
Do we wanna hold off adding it until after we check on that?
Yep, I will
Yeah.
go ahead and hold off on,
seems why.
I will double check on that and figure out when this would start.
Okay, so we're going to table it until we find out when it would actually start. That's what I'm hearing. Yes.
And once I get that information, I will send them information in the chat. So that's why we have it.
Alrighty. Do we have any other business questions? Floor is open. Nope. Well, alrighty then, I guess. Motion to adjourn formal meeting?
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
I.
Hi.
Go ahead and shut down our stream.
All right. Give me one. Yep. Give me a second.